All right, you guys. Can you guys hear me? Because I had to fix it. He didn't add the audio capture, child. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. I'm waiting to see the chat. Y'all are so sweet. Okay. Y'all can hear me? Okay, good. We're back. All right. Replay the song because we ain't heard the song in months, okay? Because today, what? I got time because. What? Hey. All right, y'all. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm sorry about the first intro. The audio was not there, but I was like, let me just stop the stream. We're gonna start all over. Yeah, I have missed you guys. I have missed live streaming. It has been, oh my God. I haven't been seeing in like almost 3 months. I left April 13th, I think was my last like video where you guys saw me, my last live stream. And then I posted my last voiceover video like a month ago. So they done kicked me out the algorithm and everything. But I went through some real serious life and death stuff. So I had to take a break. I went under a very serious medical procedure where, either you survive it or you don't. But by the grace of God, I am here. I survived it. I know a lot of you guys saw my picture. For some reason, it kind of went viral on Instagram. But yeah, people are asking, like, did you shave your hair? Is this a new style? No. All my hair came out. So I lost all my hair, but it's growing back. Y'all remember before this was ever a commentary channel, this was a hair growth channel. And if any OGs in the house, y'all know that, I grew my hair from like neck length hair to the middle of my back. And I had my channel initially was teaching black women how to grow their hair out naturally. So I know it'll be back. I can feel the hair. It's it's coming back. I have my own oils and stuff that I'm using, but yeah, it fell out. And so once it started falling out, I'm like, yeah, I'm not like, what am I holding on to? So I just had the nurse shave my head. So, you know, I decided to wear a wig today because I usually wear wigs online anyways, but I'll go outside sometimes, with my bald head like on the 4th. I think y'all seen my 4th of July pictures I posted in the Discord. I was wearing like neon green, and I had this beautiful dress, the earrings, and so I got a lot of compliments that day like, "Oh, wow, you look like a model." And cuz it seems like if I'm dressed up, then people think it's a choice. But if I just go to the grocery store with not with any makeup on, just chilling, it's like, oh, it's like looks of pity. So yeah, it's very different. It's very different dealing and with the public and everything I've been going through. I think even when I came back, I thought I could just jump right back into YouTube. Like, okay, I'm at the hospital. I can do voiceovers, start putting out content. But I was really sick. I was very fatigued. I just couldn't do it. And then, like, my mental health, y'all know I've talked about my mental health struggles. My mental health was just deteriorated, because you're like literally stuck for weeks doing the same thing. You're going to the doctors 4 times a week and getting infusions and just going through a lot of stuff. So it's been a long month. But the good news is I'm starting to heal. I'm on my road to recovery, so God is good because I'm not going to lie to y'all, it's been a scary 3 months for me. Well, I didn't even think I'd even come back to YouTube. I didn't even know if that was, I didn't want to really tell y'all what I was going through before I left because I didn't want, you know what I mean? I keep a lot of my stuff private. So I didn't want to like really talk about it. People knew in Discord, but I didn't want to talk about it on YouTube. So it was just like, okay, I'm just going for a medical procedure. I'll just see y'all in a bit. But it was very serious. But I'm on the road to recovery, and I just want to thank everybody because even if I couldn't reply back, I mean, the ads were crazy. Where at, Lovely T? Where you at? Lovely T, I hope you're okay. I'm praying for you. Like, just everybody who sent me a message. on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, Discord. It was very much like appreciated. Like y'all's messages kept me going, the prayers, just gave me something else to like, I got to keep on living, not just for, YouTube, but, my family, my kids, stuff like that. But it meant a lot to me. Like, I didn't realize, like, people, I guess, cared that much that I was gone. I didn't think anybody would really notice outside of, like, my tea sippers. But I guess my presence was missed, honey, because I'm like, celebrities got the calling and shit. I'm like, well, what's up? Oh, I'm just checking out. I didn't even know you had my number. So it's been very interesting. It has. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much. Let me see here. Oh, we got some super chats here. Let's see. Oh my gosh. And new members too. Thank y'all for joining the membership. And I really appreciate y'all too. Let me say this to the people who have supported me with the YouTube memberships, the Patreon, and the Discord memberships. That really helped to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? To be able to pay my bills. Because YouTube, once you don't feed the algorithm, they pull you out the algorithm. If you're not constantly giving it content, you're pulled out. So you can even find my channel like browsing. You literally would have to put in my whole YouTube channel name because my videos were not being recommended. Everything was suppressed. So I just really thank you guys for like holding me down and through the memberships and stuff like that while I just healed and I was able to, try and pay bills and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Oh, y'all, like I missed you. I missed y'all too, child. I'm telling you, I missed y'all. Like this is what I do. This is what I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Commentary. And it was interesting, like ending up being commentary. There was commentary done on me by other people. So that was very interesting, to see some of that stuff and people just trying to figure out what was wrong or where I was at and stuff. So, I appreciate everybody who was like just genuine and, genuinely concerned. I really appreciate it. Other YouTubers like Dollface and Troyce, they checked in on me. Whew, I went through hell. And then, my little friend, my boo, he helped me, he helped me down. So, that's, I think to me, that's like one of the most important things, outside of like my immediate family, having a genuine support system, having somebody you can lean on, because when things are going good and everybody's, healthy and vacationing and taking, Instagram pictures, that's cool. But can somebody hold you down during like the dark times when you're like literally fighting for your life? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. Y'all so nosy. Like, who is he? None of y'all been. um, yeah, so, ooh, y'all nosy. But yeah, so it's like I said, this has been a year-long journey. It didn't start 3 months ago. It started in August of last year. And he's just been very supportive and had my back and like just really looked out for me, and it does not go unappreciated. So yeah, not y'all saying he's the truck driver. It's not. Y'all talking about Agent Matt. It's not Agent Matt. Y'all it's so it's not Agent Matt, y'all. That's the homie though. But yeah, so like I said, it's been a lot, but I'm doing better. I'm feeling better. I'm slowly recovering. So it's time to get back to work. I got my voice back. Like I mean, I sounded sick for weeks. I'm like, there's no way I can do a voiceover. I even sound sick. So it was just a lot. But I feel like I missed so many topics that I had wanted to hit on. But this is the most viral topic now. So I'm not going to go dragging stuff up from the past. We're going to just move forward. This is what's viral now is this whole spend it. As far as the live chat, I was saying this prior. I'm going to have to talk to this designer. He was supposed to put my stream elements in the live chat, but I think he still has it under his stream elements. So that's why you're not seeing the live chat on the screen. But the live chat will play back when you do the replay. So we will see it. So let me read some of these super chats here. Makia Marley 3305 says, "Welcome back, T. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a super duper tea sipper. I see you got the rainbow cup. So thank you for supporting my channel for 48 months. That means a lot to me. Let's see here. Uh, J JTV Vid says, "We missed you, T. Thank you so much. I missed y'all too. I did." Jahia J004 says, "Welcome back. We missed your commentary. Thank you, sis." Um, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this, but I'm gonna try. Her Maliska, y'all know you butchered Dave still. Says, "Looking beautiful, T. You were both missed and loved. Thank you." Um, Shannon says, "All praises go to Yah." Amen. Because you can't do nothing without God. Whatever God you serve, if you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, you know what I mean? Yeah, God is definitely real. Let's see here. Uh, Zayloj 92 sent 2 says, "You're amazing. Thank you." Um, Brittany says, "I missed you, Auntie. I'm watching you from work." Okay, that's what's up. Thank you so much. Wows 5009 sent 999 says, "We are overjoyed to see you safe and making a healthy recovery. We missed you, and I'm giving you your flowers. God bless you, T." Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you. Um, so let's go ahead. It's a lot of nuances to this Caresha drama. And so, oh, we got a big super chat. Hold on now. I got, look, can I hit it with the gavel? I miss doing this. Big super chat in the house. Okay, so let me see. Who's this from? They just sent $100. It's Simply Bank sent $100. Says, "Welcome back. You were missed and very appreciated. Praying for a full recovery." Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support and the love. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, I had to give you a gavel on that one. Like, ooh, thank you. Julie's girl since 699 says, "Welcome back, T. It's a blessing to see your face again. Longtime fan from Australia. I'm a lead, Will. I'm a lead, Will. I'm a lead, Will." Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, for y'all who don't know, this song is insane. I haven't downloaded this song on Apple Music. It's not in my playlist. And this song is like stuck in my head because I've seen it so many times on Instagram, on, TikTok, Twitter, that where my scamming ass niggas, like it's just in my head. So at we did a 4th of July barbecue, so my son was barbecuing and everything. So he goes and he plays a song. And he's like, "I was waiting to see your reaction when the song played." I said, "What the hell is this?" I was like, you know how hard I've been praying for that song to get up out my head? Because it's so melodic. And it's one of those songs that, like, it just sticks with you. When I've never sat and listened to, like, the full version, but just, like, the first half. Whatever half is, you can put the first half of the song. I don't even know what the second half of the song is. But the song is just so damn catchy. So a lot of people are talking about that. And a lot of people feel like, this is not good. Young Miami, you're a mother. Why would you promote this? Other people are saying, you know what? Y'all had crazy songs back in y'all day. Y'all are some, old ass haters. So it's caused literally a divide, not only on social media, but on hip hop. You had people saying, rap is dead. This is what we're rapping about. And then you keep seeing videos of kids, spending that money fast. So it's been nuts. So we're going to go ahead. Excuse me. I'm going to play y'all some of these videos here. Because what initially happened is that India Arie was in the comment section. I don't know if she was in the shade room. Excuse me. Or another comment section. But she was commenting basically, saying something to the effect like, like this shouldn't really be what we're focusing on. We all have our own choices. But kind of like we got to do better. And a lot of people agree with her. Get some water. Even Carrie Hilson. So a lot of people agree with her. And so people took that and said that India Arie, oh my God, my voice, y'all. It's like going out. I'm really trying to fight through this. Be patient with me. Okay. So after she said what she said, basically people were saying that India Arie was calling for a cancellation of Caresha's song. And so people started dragging India, calling her a hater, talking about her looks, typical social media stuff. So she came back out to address it. So we're going to watch her video really quick. Okay, good. I'm going to take my time. We got time. So thank you. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. So, hold on, move this out the way. All right. So this is India Arie right now talking about the situation. So let me know if y'all can't hear it, if there's any issues.
Wrongly reported on some of these blogs that I am calling for a boycott of the song of the summer. I don't need to tell you what the song is. If you don't know, then you don't need to know. And if you do know, then you already know. And if you want to know, you can go look it up. Everything has a frequency. People are like, it's just a song. No, nothing is just anything. Everything has a frequency. Colors have a frequency. Names have a frequency. Cities, states have different frequencies. Mountains have a frequency. Rivers have a different frequency from mountains. Mountains by rivers have a specific frequency. Food has a frequency. And music is pure frequency. It is sound frequency. And when you put sound together with words and it's rhythmic, you get inside of people's...
India Arie, I need you to shut up.
But you look crazy getting on the motherfucking internet talking about, I see people women don't want to be saved. First of all, I hate a shea butter, moral high ass bitch. Relax.
India Arie is a pygmy. I'ma just say it. Because
things, but okay, that's what it is. That ain't hurting nobody. India Arie and this other older lady who have something to say, it's just jealousy, okay? They're used to the Young Miami who put out songs that didn't really make any kind of impact. But now that she's put out a good song that's charting and is successful, they're mad. They're mad.
Okay.
It is being wrong.
So you guys solid? Like people are dragging her on TikTok. And it's just like, what in the world is going on here? Like, it's real crazy. But then Trick Daddy, Dee-1 came out to defend India Arie. Trick Daddy came out to basically clown the shit out of her. He feels like she's jealous. She's unattractive. That's why she has so much to say. So we're going to go ahead and check out what Trick had to say here. Okay.
Do you think y'all Miami give a fuck about you don't like her record? You take out time to go on social media to down talk a girl. We've been talking negativity in every music, in every song since before I even started doing music, and I've been doing it mother 30 years. I'm about you age. You to say something about me, leave that little young lady alone. Because if you see how pretty she is, you don't look like her. So it giving me a little bit. You see how fine she is. You ain't shaped like her. You don't shape like me. If you shape like me, you do not have no motherfucking grounds. You don't have a dog in the fight to be getting on the social media down talking to this young lady who's doing something positive and successful. You got to raise your own fucking kids. If you let music raise your kids, that's you bad breath. Just always talking about it. Man, let the girl get her motherfucking money. All the negative records in the world that came out and people have made plenty motherfucking money off of. Y'all want to talk down on the young lady because she got a hit record, a hot record? You think that's gonna stop? You don't see she climbing the charts every day. Y'all leave Young Miami alone and spin that shit.
Y'all literally embarrassing our community, man. People like Trick Daddy. How you curse India Arie out and other women?
So for y'all who don't know, this is Dee-1. He's been calling out the hypocrisy in hip hop. He's I think a Christian rapper or something. I might be wrong. But he has like real positive rap music. So he is now responding to Trick Daddy and what he had to say about India Arie.
Other women who are opposed to the message in Young Miami's song. The message is encouraging scamming and shoplifting and things that's gonna get you locked up in jail. Man, stop, man. These people, bro, y'all not no legends, man. Y'all not nobody who, y'all got talent. Y'all got talent. People bought y'all albums. Cool. That don't mean y'all are no legends, man. That don't mean y'all are no leaders. You're not a legend. You're not a leader if you out here encouraging people to live a lifestyle that's gonna send them straight to jail or to the graveyard. You're not a legend. You're not a leader. You're a disappointment. God, dog, bro. What are we talking about? And people act like, oh, you can't talk about this person. Look what they doing. Man, bro. Dog, I promise you I didn't hit the tipping point, bro. I promise you I didn't hit the tipping point, bro. It just don't make no sense, man. It's so disappointing, man. Where Trick Daddy at, man? Like, Trick Daddy, like, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Who do y'all have around y'all that's talking to y'all, man? Who do y'all have talking to y'all, bro? Y'all are grandpas, man, approaching senior citizen status and sitting here talking like this, man. This is an embarrassment to our community, bro. This is an embarrassment. And we need to, like, we need to look past the talent. We need to look past the talent and be like, bro, the talent don't mean nothing because your talent don't outweigh the level that you are embarrassing our community and disappointing us. God, dog, bro. How you come for women like that that's trying to say something like, come on, man, to help our community out? God, dog, bro. And y'all be saying this with y'all chest like y'all really doing something. Y'all really be saying this with y'all chest. Like y'all really doing something.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, so that was, he goes on for like another 10 minutes. We're not going to watch the entire video. I have some more clips here that I want to play. Give me just a second. Yeah, it's a lot going on right now. You know, let me just check these clips. Okay. Yeah, it's just, it's the babies. Let me make sure I just got everything in order. Okay. So the videos that have come out, I don't get it. Again, it's a melodic song. I get people, you know, liking the song, but it's a bit much. It's a bit much when I see the babies dancing to it. So here goes. I'm gonna pull this up here. So let me hold on. All right, so here goes the babies on the bus, and I'm not gonna play too much of it, but you can hear the adults laughing. I guess they're going on, I don't know, some road trip, maybe, you know, the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, I don't know. But the parents are filming and laughing. Okay, I don't want to play too much of it, right? Let's see. This lady goes viral. Like, I don't even know what in the ratchetness is going on here. She goes viral. She has a newborn baby in her arm. She's doing the money spread in bed. Instead of letting her uterus contract and heal and breastfeeding the baby, she has money spread on her legs. You know, she got to let everybody know that she's balling, you know, spin that shit. And she's, you know, she got a brand new baby and she has all this dirty money around her. So we're gonna watch this real quick. Hospital, so it's not like she's home.
Trifling, nasty, disgusting ass. Don't get all that dirty, filthy money out that bed with their newborn child. I swear for God. Somebody call CPS right now. How many germs on that? Cocaine? All that. You just putting it in the bed with a newborn. Ain't got no immune system yet. And here you go. Somebody suspend that.
She's not at home. She's little. She just gave birth. And it's just like, that's where your mind is at after just giving birth. It's weird. So that went viral. So folks are just like, this is just getting out of hand right now. So let me see. I think I got another video here. Okay, now this was at the sugar factory. I said, what in the hell is going on here? So this song is really viral. So all these kids and adults, they're having a birthday party. Once again, a kid's party. But look how the adults are behaving. And I might have to mute the song just because I don't want to get copywritten. Okay? I need my little coins hoodie. Okay? So we're going to watch this. And look how all the other how the people in the restaurant are just looking like, what the fuck? Hold on. All right, I'm going to turn it down. But then you're going to see the adults. Look at her. God! It's crazy. I'm like, even the adults, like, where are the adults? So they're all at the sugar factory. Kids is cussing, talking about spend that shit. She's doing the little bunny hop dance from TikTok. I'm like, whose auntie is this? Okay? So that she's out here living her best life at the sugar factory with the babies. Okay? So let me see. I think I got one more. Okay, so then Nikki Gilbert also called out Young Miami. Okay, so this is what Nikki Gilbert had to say about the situation as well. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
Argument that, well, girl, ain't nobody really finna be out here boosting. That's you with your grown ass, who shouldn't be bopping around to that ignorant shit anyway. But to the young, impressionable young women, many of whom I know in my family personally, who have had issues with boosting and stealing and shit, who miss time with their kids, who weren't able to be present as parents because they were locked up for boosting and scamming. And now we got a record that has taken off. When I first heard it, I was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing about this shit because it's gonna go away. Ain't no way in the world this is gonna become like the #1 most popular record on the planet. And guess what's done happened? It has become the #1 of, it's debuted on Billboard at #1. I get the argument that, well, girl, ain't nobody really finna be out here boosting. That's you.
Okay, so y'all heard what Nikki Gilbert had to say about the situation. So it's just nuts. Like how, because I, and I'm with her on that part. I remember when I seen it, I thought it was like some type of spoof. I'm like, I know we're not singing songs about boosting and stealing. And then when I started seeing people do the dance, like first I saw like an old white lady, she was doing it, and I'm like, this ain't cute because I know damn well she nice ass house, and we look in the background. You know how we watch TikToks? We look at the background. You're not in the trailer park. High ass ceilings, chandelier, and she's dancing to it because she knows at the end of the day her grandbabies are not gonna be out there boosting and stealing. Because she went viral for doing it, and then it was like you just saw more and more people. But like I said, the song is so addicting. Like I don't know what type of, hoodoo they don't put on the song, but it literally sticks in your head, right? And then now you see like all the kids doing it and everything else. So let me see. Just want to make sure I got all my. Okay, I think I played all the kid clips. So I'm gonna play a few more videos, and then I want to show y'all what's going. Oh my God, Moneybag Mo! Look, gavel. Objection. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. I appreciate you. Moneybag Mo just dropped $499.99 in the chat. Thank you so much. And girl, I'm so blessed to be back. Like, I'm so glad I'm just able to be here and see y'all again and interact, because I really miss doing this. Like, I love doing this. You know, it's not just about the super chats. I was doing this before they even had super chats on YouTube, but I just love engaging with my audience. So thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate you. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a few more videos here, and then we're gonna talk about how it did affect people in the real world. So let me see. Let's put it on this overlay. Give me just a second. Okay. So I seen this young girl a few times. This lady, excuse me. I don't know if this is her page. I forget her name. I would see her on TikTok, but she had something to say about the situation.
I just woke up from a nap and seen this and had to speak on it because I was instantly irritated because I'm trying to figure out what about an India Arie would make you think that she would be in support of a song like Spin That. This is the same India Arie that made Brown Skin, a song encouraging black women to love their brown skin. That's the type of music that she makes, black empowering music. So nothing about a song encouraging scamming would be something that she would be in support of. And her not being in support of a song like that would not automatically make it be her hating. Like, I could see if this was one of Young Miami's counterparts who do rapping just like her, and they came out talking about the song, then I would be like, yeah, they probably hating. But India Arie, no, it would make total sense that she wouldn't like a song like that. She never told anybody to boycott the song. She got just as much right to speak on not liking something as anybody else who get on this internet and give their unsolicited opinion about not liking stuff. Right? She didn't say you had to boycott the song. She said that music got power. The words in the music got power, and it does. Right now, we in the midst of y'all being in lives with Woo Lady, encouraging you to come down to Miami and either get on board with helping scammers scam or end up in some type of prostitution ring. So yeah, the music do got power, right? Y'all are influenced by the music because you be simple and stupid. So she absolutely right in what she was saying, and that's not hating. It's the truth. Y'all just don't like the truth. It ain't no different than when y'all attack me for going against Sexy Red. Women like her, they need representation. They need representation until y'all are a stereotype and non-black people are using those stereotypes against you. And then you want to bring up all the college educated black women. Then you want to bring up all of the black women that own businesses. No. Bring up the Sexy Reds. Bring them up. Stop using the college educated, business owning, productive black women whenever people want to throw up stereotypes about you. Right? Stand 10 toes down in all of that representation of ghetto hood trash activity that you like to be pedestalized. Like, y'all can miss me with always calling somebody a hater because you don't like the truth. Is the song catchy? Yes. Is the message good? No. And that is what it is. India Arie is...
Okay, she kept it real. She's not lying. You know, two things can be true at once. So... after all this went down, then we end up, because the song is so, viral, people are getting fame off of it. We end up with a mother and daughter. They get popped stealing Louis Vuitton bags and all types of high-end stuff. And instead of just, enjoying their loot or selling their bags, they decide to make a TikTok video to the song Spin That. And people that were just robbed from the store recognized the merchandise and called the police. And they were arrested. So we're going to go ahead and watch this news clip here. Give me just a second. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay.
Prison in January. Bellevue police say one of the best clues came from a TikTok.
Let me start it over.
One of the most prolific organized retail thieves in Western Washington is facing new charges. Janice Downs, a.k.a. Janice Smith, a.k.a. Punchy, is back in jail after just getting released from prison in January. Bellevue police say one of the best clues came from a TikTok video made to Young Miami's viral song Spin Dat about boosting and scamming. Bellevue police say this video shows Janice Wiley holding 2 stolen Louis Vuitton purses. It was posted 5 days after detectives say her daughter, Janice Downs, and an unidentified suspect stole the bags worth more than $7,000 from Nordstrom in downtown Seattle. And 2 days after Downs showed the purses on her Instagram account.
For us, she's a prolific, organized career theft criminal, and so we're very familiar with her.
That's because Bellevue PD's special enforcement team busted Downs and her mom 2 years ago for a major organized retail crime spree. They were accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of Lululemon clothing.
Damn.
Downs pleaded guilty to 6 counts of organized retail theft. She was sentenced to 33 months in prison with 501 days credit for time served and was released in January. Bellevue PD Captain Landon Barnwell says just 4 months later, Downs was back to her old ways.
You would think that, after what she experienced in 2024, that, hey, that maybe, she would change what she's doing. But again, clearly she hasn't chosen to do that.
Court documents show Bellevue PD Detective Jeff Christensen recognized Downs in a bulletin sent out by Tukwila Police showing thieves stealing almost $4,000 worth of fragrances from Macy's. See the shower cap she's wearing? He had a similar photo of her from his case 2 years ago.
Damn.
Working with their regional law enforcement partners, he says he then identified Downs in similar thefts at the Macy's in Tacoma and the downtown Seattle Nordstrom.
People don't just commit crimes in one location, right? I mean, especially when it comes to...
Objection. Did she go still in a hijab? Hold on, let me wind that back. Is she in a hijab? Hold up. I know I'm not tripping. Okay, the shower cap. Let me...
Partners, he says he then identified Downs in similar thefts at the Macy's in Tacoma and the downtown
right
Seattle.
Here. What the? Oh my gosh, she got out a whole hijab. This is insane. Her and her mama should be ashamed. Oh my goodness. I thought I was tripping. I said I had to rewind that back. I'm like, is she wearing a hijab? Let's continue.
Seattle Nordstrom.
People don't just commit crimes in one location, right? I mean, especially when it comes to, retail theft related crimes, right? They bounce around to many of the retailers in this entire area.
In the Nordstrom theft, detectives say surveillance video shows Downs wearing a burqa as a disguise. Detectives say the surveillance video shows how Downs and her accomplice cooperated to steal the purses, distracting the clerk by asking to see other bags on the shelves behind him. When he turned his back, watch as the accomplice smoothly slips the handles of one of the purses over her arm. After he shows them a second bag, he puts it back on the shelf. When he went to the front sales counter, police say Downs walked over, made sure he wasn't looking, and grabbed the purse, then held it down low on the right side of her body, opposite over where the clerk was standing. Her accomplice then moves over next to her, takes the handbag, and exits the store with both of the stolen purses. A few seconds later, Downs follows her out. On June 12th, Bellevue police arrested Downs and her mom. Detectives located them in the parking lot of Westfield South Center Mall. Court documents note that Downs was wearing the same burqa, black-colored sandals, and her white-painted toes matched her appearance from the Nordstrom theft.
We will hold you accountable, and we're not going to tolerate people that commit crimes here in our community.
Ma'am, is your true and correct name Janice Smith, a.k.a. Janice Downs?
We'll stipulate to name and date of birth for purposes of arraignment.
In court, King County prosecutors charged Downs with organized retail theft in the first degree. Her defense attorney asked the judge not to allow our camera to show her client's face.
And I do want to ask the court to not allow the media to film in order to preserve Ms. Smith's right to a fair trial. Our position is that allowing the media to film increases the likelihood of tainting a jury pool if this were to go to trial.
Objection. Shut the fuck up. This attorney is stupid. So now you want privacy for your client. The same client, this burqa bandit, okay, who made a TikTok video that went viral that got her in the same situation that she's in. She got locked up for making a TikTok video with those same stolen Louis Vuitton purses. It looks like she likes to show her face. So don't say that you don't want no cameras in the courtroom now. No, we need to catch all the shame and embarrassment. Because this is embarrassing. Like, this is insane. It goes on for like another... Let's see what else they got.
At a trial, of course, the jury would be instructed to not do any research on their own. However, there's nothing that the court can do to prevent them from doing that. And if there is media allowed to report on the story, I think it would just increase the likelihood that somebody would either intentionally or accidentally come across the story and read about the alleged charges here.
Wait, so are you asking for an order just not to film, or that they not be allowed to report on it?
My request,
because that's a prior restraint that the court just cannot do in any case for any reason.
my request, to be clear, was just...
I'm glad the judge let her know about herself. We're not giving your client special privileges when she had no problem being on TikTok. Twerking and you know, spin that. Doing all that shit with them stolen bags. Now she want to cover her face. No, you have no shame. We gonna treat you like you have no shame. You don't get to switch it up now that you're in court. So I'm glad the judge told her no. We need to see every bit. We need to see you from every angle, okay? So that was a case that went viral. That was just embarrassing and a shame. And she's definitely... very organized. This was like an organized criminal organization. She just got out of prison in January. And now not only is she going to go back in, so's her daughter. Now, for y'all who don't know, okay, Dee-1 talked about it too. Let's watch what Dee-1 had to say about it. Okay. Unmute this real quick.
Rap makes things cool. This lady and her daughter get arrested for stealing Louis V bags, then making TikTok videos to Young Miami's song, which makes it cool to be scamming and shoplifting. I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to help us elevate, man. Dee-1 tried to tell y'all and folks got mad at him and said it was just music. Man, Dee-1, you literally just said this. Dee-1, this what you be talking about. And this is exactly what Dee-1 was saying. Watch these videos and let's just commit to being part of the solution moving forward. Don't support this type of music. Let the artists know how you feel about the impact they're having. Let their labels know, you heard me? But it's easier to reach the artists because everybody read their comments. Let their managers and their teams know. And I'm telling you, when they see that the fans are fed up, they're going to change their tune.
Bellevue police say one of their best clues came from a
So that is what Dee-1 had to say about the situation. So now we're going to go back into some history here. Want to make sure I have that clip. Yep. So put a teacup in the chat if you guys knew that Caresha's own mother went to prison for, I think, I don't know, 5 to 10 years for not only boosting, but while they were boosting, they killed somebody. Put a teacup in the chat if you knew that. Because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know why Caresha's mama was in jail. She was on her way running with stolen items. She got into the vehicle that was waiting for her, and they ended up killing somebody. So it's very eerie that this is the song that you'd want to make, knowing how much that affected your life as a young person, losing your mother to the prison system because she was stealing. And it wasn't like she was stealing food, because her kids were hungry. She was stealing, purses and things like that. So here's the video from a while back when Young Miami's mother got released from prison. This was in 2017, I believe. So this person is also talking about it as well. Let's see. Okay. So the background, this is when Young Miami's mom is coming home.
Your girl, Young Miami from the City Girls, had a mom that was in jail when she was getting released recently, either today or yesterday. Today is Sunday, March 28th of 2021. So it was either today or yesterday, Saturday, March 27th of 2021. I had to know why in the world she got arrested, right? So I went and looked up some information. Shout out to the Miami Herald. MiamiHerald.com posted this article on August 24th of 2017. David Ovale, that's Ovale, posted this article on August 30th of 2017 at 10:26 a.m. titled "Stolen Purses from Macy's, a Police Car Chase, and a Dead Grandmother. Who is to blame?" Now, I won't read the whole article to you guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the chase. It says, there is no question that Xavier Robinson and Kenya Young drove to the Aventura Mall, stole Michael Kors and Juicy Couture purses from Macy's, and led police on a dramatic chase that ended with a motorist dead from a high-speed collision. It's up to jurors, so she was tried by a jury, to sift through the details and decide who's really to blame. Heard from Robinson's defense on Thursday, he was a simple shoplifter acting on his own, and it was Young who took the wheel of his borrowed Chrysler 300, driving like a madwoman before plowing into a car driving through a North Miami Beach intersection. Killed was 40-year-old security guard Emily Anderson, who was driving home from another exhausting shift to support her 2 grandchildren. Quote, "The way Kenya drove was reckless," Assistant Public Defender Lauren Dawson told jurors during opening statement of Robinson's trial for the M word. "The way Kenya drove was dangerous," end quote. And let me see, I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, it says that the driver was driving at 66 miles per hour, more than double the legal limit. Quote, "Not braking at a stop sign, T-boning the car driven by Emily Anderson," Miami-Dade prosecutor Justin Funk told the jury. That's F-U-N-C-K. That's funk, and you had to add the C because it's that just that funky, allegedly. Robinson, 36, is charged with first-degree felony M-word, armed robbery, vehicular H-word, and reckless driving resulting in serious bodily injury. He faces up to life in prison if convicted. The tragedy happened on August 3rd of 2009. Prosecutors said Robinson and Young were in on the robbery together, parking their car in the fire lane for a quick getaway from Macy's. He stole a Michael Kors bag while Young took 2 Juicy Couture purses. As they ran off, a security officer tussled with Young as Robinson hopped in the driver's seat and gunned it towards the two. Quote, "Miss Young was thrown on the hood of the car. Mr. Robinson drove off while Miss Young was still on the hood of the car," Funk said. Young managed to get back into the car and the two sped off, going the wrong way down a one-way street and hitting speeds upwards of 90 miles per hour as Aventura police gave chase. He said the Chrysler soon collided with Anderson's vehicle. She worked with Bryant Security and had a second job supervising the front desk at the Nordica condominium in Miami's Road. When I found out your girl, Young Miami from the City Girls, had a mom that was in jail.
So you guys heard he did a good breakdown of that video, and he made that in 2021, I believe. So again, it goes deep. Somebody even said it in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. They're basically saying, like, you know, they're putting that demonic spirit, you know, what her mom did into this music, you know, to make more people get out there and steal and things like that. It's just insane. Like, your mom literally took a life. So I can only imagine how those grandchildren feel, because the lady that got killed was 40. And so her grandchildren, I'm sure they're grown now, probably teenagers, because this took place in 2009. Imagine how they're feeling knowing that the daughter of the mom who killed their grandmother while shoplifting got the #1 song in America. It's just insane. It really is. And then let's not forget her group mate, JT. JT did time. Remember, that's why the City Girls, you know, they didn't break up, but, you know, they kind of went on a hiatus. They're trying to figure out what they were going to do. And then Caresha basically took over. She put in work while JT was in jail. You know, Caresha was representing for the City Girls, even while she was pregnant. I remember seeing her at Birthday Fest in Atlanta that year when she was pregnant. And she was performing up there, you know, solo dolo with her background dancers and stuff. So it's like your own partner committed scamming and fraud, you know, credit card fraud, and she went to prison. And, you know, and it's just weird that that's what you're choosing to promote. So let me see here, because there's something else I want to also talk about. Yeah, here goes the. Let me show y'all her tweets. This was from 2021. These are her tweets here. And you could just tell, as a young lady, like how much she's missed her mom. She said here, my mom gets out tomorrow. I'm so anxious. Then she says, my mom left me with 2 kids plus Jai. I was 22 going on 23. I didn't know what to do. I had to figure it out. Look at me now. God is so good. So Young Miami's saying that not only did she lose her mom to prison, she was left to take care of her siblings. 2 of them, and then while she's trying to also be a parent to her son. So she was left with 3 children because of her mother's decision. Then she says, my mama looks so pretty in her truck. I'm so happy for her. Okay? So you were once traumatized by your mom's decisions. So it's just very interesting that that's the song that she chooses to put out there. Can people hear me? Because somebody keeps writing that my mic is low. Can y'all hear me? Because I have the microphone right here. I can only talk so loud. Sorry. Might have to turn up your volume. I don't want to shout into the mic. But I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. And so this is what I will say about everything, the whole controversy, right? We're not going to act like, all of us millennials, people who grew up in the 90s and the 99s and the 2000s, we're not going to act brand new like there weren't scandalous songs out there when we were young. We were teenagers rapping bar for bar, line for line, Trick Daddy and Trina, you don't know Nan, just Little Kim, I make a pop can disappear in my mouth, just overtly sexual stuff. And you're just thinking at that time, it's just music. We're just having a good time. And for some people it is. Some people can listen to music and you understand that it's music. My parents don't play that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out here gang banging or, selling ass. Like, I got to be home at a certain time. If the parents are involved, if you have more involved parents, somebody can listen to an NWA record and they know it's just a record. My parents don't play that. But the problem is you have some people who don't have involved parents who literally allow their kids to just do what they want to do, come and go as they want. And we see that all the time, especially with the teen takeovers. In Virginia, Newport Beach, they arrested over 400 teenagers. Half these teenagers flew in from Phoenix, Arizona, Cali. They got the takeover message online and they all flew to Virginia Beach, caused all types of chaos and damage. A lot of these kids were 14, 15. Their parents literally paid. These 14-year-olds don't got no damn money. So the parents got them tickets and just sent them out to Virginia Beach. No chaperone. Like, some of these parents are just not parents. Like, let's just keep it real. And this is nothing new. It's been happening. Yeah, I remember Sir Mix-a-Lot. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. And I remember we were so young, I didn't know what an anaconda was. And I asked my teacher, what's an anaconda? She was like, none of your business. I was like, okay, shit. I found out later what the anaconda was, honey. Ain't been the same since. So it was a lot of music back then. But I think the difference is even though we had the Sir Mix-a-Lots, we had the Tupac, the NWA, we had a lot of crazy music when you look back on it, especially as you're older and you actually now can hear the lyrics like, oh, damn. I didn't know that's what that person was saying because you're just so busy dancing to the beat. But I think the difference between back in my day, and versus now, is there was a wide variety of music to choose from. It wasn't just all low vibrational, or music that just talks about bad stuff or glorifies bad stuff. It was a mixture. So there was space for an India Arie. If you didn't like Little Kim, there was India Arie, Jill Scott, Alicia Keys. There's a lot of stuff to choose from. If you didn't like gangster rap, there was Arrested Development, just whatever positive rap was out there. They're the first ones that come to mind. There was a lot of choices back then. So that's why, even though Little Kim, she got criticized, people drug her for her lyrics and stuff like that. She got talked about too. But at the end of the day, there was other choices. So if you didn't like that, if you felt like that was smut and you didn't want your daughter listening to Little Kim in your household, then you would give her the Lauryn Hill, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill CD. That is what I got for Christmas one year, you know? So I say that to say this. There's just not a lot of choices in the music. And I think that's where a lot of the angst is coming from. I think that's where a lot of the anger is coming from. Let's also keep it real. Yeah, Queen Latifah, UNITY, that was my song. The Roots. Missy Elliott, exactly. There was a lot of things to choose from. I also feel like this too, why some of the people in entertainment feel away about this song being number one. Like I've been telling y'all for the past 2 years, the money is not moneying. The music industry is dying. I found a song that popped up and I'm like, oh my God, this is so heartfelt. It's about young black men struggling in America. I text the song out to a few people. I get hit back like this is AI. I was like, what? Like they're literally trying to just put AI into, AI artists out there where it's hard. Like unless you really know, you don't understand that it's even AI. These artists are being replaced slowly but surely. And I think what bothers people is that people who really have a craft for something, who write their song lyrics, who play instruments, who literally, write from the heart, using their brain, not Chat GPT, it bothers them because it's like I put my blood, sweat, and soul into this industry. I've never gotten the recognition, the accolades that I deserve, because I think India Arie should have been recognized a lot more than she was. Because I remember that song, I Am Not My Hair. It was like, that was the first song that when I heard that, it made me feel good about my natural hair. Then like brown skin. It's like, oh my God, there's a song for girls who look like me that are my color. So she did a lot. And I just feel like she doesn't get her props. And I think that bothers her. And so for a lot of artists, even like Carrie Hilson is like one, I got a chance to interview her when I was at One Fest this year. And she's just really sweet, a really sweet person. And she's very talented. Before she even got to singing, she was a songwriter. It takes a lot to like write a hit, And so I think that's why she kind of chimed in. I think there's a frustration that's boiling over that like you literally can just do the most simple, basic shit, talk about the most ratchet stuff, and it goes on the charts. It goes number one. As much mess as people talked about Sexy Red, My Booty Hole Brown, I thought that was a meme song at first. She charted and she's still here. So it's almost like, what are we doing? Because folks say one thing online, they rant and rave about the song, somebody's listening to it. And if it's not a bunch of millennials, it's the children. They're listening to it. And my issue with that, this is where I have to hold Caresha accountable, right? Growing up, because I'm part of her mom's generation, boosting was a big thing all over. I know it was in the Midwest. And back in the day, it was treated a lot lighter. So a kid might get caught shoplifting. You had to go to some type of class, volunteer at the rec center, to pay back the community for what you stole. Right? Then it got ugly. Then it started being like an organized thing where people were like organizing, going in groups. Stores could probably stand to lose maybe a few $1,000s in revenue each year to shoplifting. But then it started escalating to the millions. And then when the internet hit, because remember, we didn't have internet back then. So like literally this was a way of life. Boosting and scamming. I remember, who remembers back in the day, and again, you don't realize this as a kid. That's just, you're growing up in the hood, that's just normal. You don't realize this. But I remember back in the day, remember the gas cards? Somebody be like, I got a gas card, give me half and fill up, and then you pay them half. And so as a kid, you're just thinking, oh, okay, cool. I'm getting gas 50% off. And gas was $1 back then. Well, as I gotten older, I'm like, no, that was probably a stolen credit card. You know what I mean? Like with that stuff, you don't realize okay, so you remember, okay, so it wasn't just Ratchet, Minnesota. People would be like, oh, the crackheads, that was their hustle. They would be like, oh, I got a gas card. They'd be like, come over north, such and such got a gas card for everybody. And everybody drive to the north side, the murder station. Fill up. And the crackheads out there swiping. I'm like, what is a gas card? Oh, well, get in line. And phone cards, all that. So we grew up in this era, you know what I'm saying? Of like, it was just normal, you know? And I remember one time we got hit up for another gas card. Like, somebody called me like, oh, such and such got a gas card in Brooklyn Park. So I called my homeboy because he was, wanting gas. I was like, if you want some gas, I'm about to go get some gas. Somebody got a gas card. So we go out there. His car breaks down. So now his parents are pissed. Because first of all, what is you doing in the hood? Then his mom is like, a gas card? What are y'all talking about? I was like, well, we went to go fill up. This man had a gas card. He's from the suburbs. She's like, there's no such thing as a gas card. I'm like, but he gave us gas. And then we just gave him half. And that's when she was like, no, that's probably a stolen credit card. And so after that, I never did it again. Because you just didn't understand the whole concept as a kid. So, and you just be walking through the neighborhood. They said Florida's still doing it. Wretched ass Florida. Of course, y'all still doing the gas card schemes. But you'd walk through the neighborhood and it's like, if you go back and watch the movie Baby Boy, how the dude's walking up to Tyrese and he's like, I got, clothes, I got toothbrushes, I got this, and they're like, nah, I don't need that. That's how it was. We used to have a dope fiend in our hood. We called him the Walgreens man. He go to Walgreens every day and steal shit. And then come back to the hood, everything was 50% off. Deodorant. He go to Bath and Body Works. You put in an order. Oh, I want that jeweled citrus. I want country apple. And then he'd sell it for $5. So yeah, everybody called it the hookup. Yeah, yes. F Cancer 25. Yes. Everybody called it the hookup. Nobody looked at it like stealing or boosting. It's like, oh, I got the hookup. That was just what everybody called it. But now that we're older and our frontal cortex, has developed, and we just see like the damage that it caused. Stores in the community, stores having to close down. It became more organized. And then when the internet hit, oh, bitch, everything moved to eBay. And then that's when it became even more organized because now you don't have to walk through the hood and sell jeweled citrus and, enchanted apple. Okay? Now you can take all these products that you done stole and put them on eBay. And then that's when it became a national thing where it just got bigger and bigger. So whereas back in the day when we were growing up, you get caught, community service, a misdemeanor, you'll fall off your record. Even if you were older, misdemeanor. As the years went on, it went from a misdemeanor to a gross misdemeanor to a felony. And I think for me, that's my issue is that if these kids think that this is normal, the scamming and the boosting, y'all are not living in 1996, 1995, the early 2000s. You guys are in 2026. They're not playing about their stuff. They're not playing about shoplifting anymore. You can get a whole felony on your record if the amount that you steal is over $500 and up. You can do time. And so that's what kind of bothers me with the song. It's like, if we're going to have an honest dialogue, let's have an honest dialogue. Young Miami's not the first to have a ratchet song or a song. How many male rappers talk about killing other black men, killing black men in every other song? So she's not the first one to have a low vibrational song. But I just feel like it's kind of sad that she put it out there, knowing what she went through when her mom got locked up. The mama done, ran somebody over. She was stuck with 3 kids. So why would you want to put that type of energy out there for the young ones? Because now when they're hearing this, it's being normalized. The same way it was being normalized to us in the hood to the hookup. It was almost like if you paid for something, you were a sucker, unless it was weed. You had to pay for that. But it was like, oh, such and such got the hookup at the movie theater. Okay. Well, the hookup is sneaking in through the back, not going, you know what I mean? It's like everything was a fucking hookup. Like, come through the alley. I'm going to let you in through the emergency exit door. Oh, okay, cool. So it's like, that is a mentality that you really have to break out of. You know what I'm saying? And realize no, you pay for stuff. You go through the front door, you pay for the ticket. If you go see a movie and you're sitting in there free, well, the actors aren't getting paid. The production, you know what I mean? So that's stuff that you learn as you get older. But when you're a kid and the homeboy kicks the damn, door, everybody goes running in and sitting, and we wish somebody would tell us to get up, So, the cable hookup, never pay for cable. I don't know. I didn't know too many people that paid for cable. I mean, when I lived in North Carolina, I don't think anybody in Charlotte paid for cable until that bitch went digital. They would come every few months. I remember at my friend's apartment, they would come every few months and cut off everybody's cable because it was just so much bootlegging of the cable. And after a while, we kind of peeped game. One of the dudes that worked there was doing that on purpose because literally within 48 hours, here comes the hookup guy. Hey, y'all cable out? Yeah, my cable out. And then everybody's running out there to have him hook it back up. So that was his hustle. He was double dipping. I peeped that. I said, isn't it funny that every few months when the cable go out, he shows up 48 hours later, putting back everybody's bootleg cable. Now it's the Fire Stick hookup. So, that's I'm just trying to have a real conversation because I don't want it to be where people feel Caresha should just be demonized or these kids are dumb because we were all young and dumb as well. And words do have power. Music is a frequency. And anybody saying that it's not, they're just being ignorant. There's a reason why when there were wars going on in Africa, they made sure to play music, gangbanging music that want to make you go out and kill your enemies and ride on your ops. That is the type of music that they played to young boy soldiers in Liberia and things like that when they were having the Civil War. Because they understand that music has a frequency. And that's what I'm saying. Some of us can listen to certain songs and it doesn't bother us, or we have parents who didn't play that. But then you can have a kid who listens to the same song, a Little Kim song, and now she wants to start turning tricks because she thinks, well, Little Kim did it, that's how I can get some money. In this day and age, we would say OnlyFans. But back then, you on the whole stroll. So music definitely has power. It has the power to heal and also has the power to bring people down. And so what I always find interesting, I remember a few years ago when Rod Wave, and I love Rod Wave's music, when he said, Jeezy told us to go sell drugs. Meanwhile, his son went to private school and is in college. And a lot of folks try to get mad at that. Did he lie? Have you ever seen Jeezy's son, even so much as a mugshot, be arrested? No, because he lived a comfortable life as he should. So why are you rapping and telling my boys that they should be out here selling snow? And again, it's my job as a parent to combat that. But for people who act like music doesn't influence and friends don't influence, your peer group, your friends are some of the biggest influences in your life. You can be there for your kids, you can talk to your kids. But if that peer pressure is stronger than you, watch out, because peer pressure is no joke. And we've all been through peer pressure, And so one thing I've always noticed is with a lot of these celebrities, what's good for the goose is never good for the gander. And that's the part that confuses me, because you obviously have to know what you're doing. If you're not doing anything wrong, then why can't your daughter be a city girl? Why can't your son be a dope boy? Why is it not okay for your daughter to be boosting and stealing? So, I got some receipts. So there's a video, an interview that she did a while back. I got 2 videos where she says she does not want her daughter to be a city girl. She does not promote that type of lifestyle to her child. So let's go ahead and watch this. Hold on. All right.
Like with a W, like I'm a whore.
But define that, though.
Like I'm a whore.
What if Summer comes to you, as pretty as she is, and says, Mom, I want to be a city girl?
She ain't gonna be no city girl.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, like level-headed, a schoolgirl, and just on a whole nother ways. Like, I kind of was raised different, so I don't want to raise her up how I was raised. So, I'm a city girl, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I don't want that for my daughter. Like with a W, like I'm a whore.
You guys just heard
But
that.
define that, though.
So she made it clear, and again, I don't disagree with her. Nobody wants to raise a fucking whore, right? She wants her daughter to be a schoolgirl, as she should. But then I have to look at that and say, well, damn, bitch, what do you want my daughter or my nieces to turn out to be? It's the same thing. I remember when Cardi B got a bunch of backlash because, remember, I think WAP was out at the time, that wet-ass coochie. And Culture came in the room. And Cardi damn near leaped boundaries. She leaped to turn the song off because she didn't want that song playing around her child. As she shouldn't. Because her child, I think Culture was maybe 2 at the time. You don't play that type of music around a really, really young child. So I get that as a mother, you're going to be protective. But again, then you have to look at it like, okay, well, my child is listening to it on the playground. Maybe I'm able to protect my 2-year-old because I'm, with her. But what about my 9-year-old? What about my 13-year-old who's running around talking about she got a WAP? So that's where, a lot of these celebrities, where I feel like sometimes they talk with a forked tongue. She also talked about her son and what she wanted for him as well. So we're going to watch this video really quick where she talks about her son. Let's see here. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, huh? Okay, let's continue.
How has your relationship with your children kind of been through the height of your career?
It's been good because my kids is kids. Like my daughter is 6. My son is 12. He about to be 13. And they not, well, Summer, she's not on the internet. She don't see nothing. Jai is, but he understand. He get it. He's very smart. He's into school. Like he's not into nothing but like school and sports. But he get it. He understand.
Y'all black women in America is a bunch of followers. This is literally a employee of the white supremacist entertainment industry. They pay her to put out a message that she wouldn't even feed to her own children. I had people getting in my comment section trying to prove me wrong. Oh no, she do let her kids. No, she don't. Listen to her conversation. She just told y'all where her kids are kids. She want her kids to be raised very differently. Her son is focused on school and sports. What do you, y'all are a bunch of followers. These people could
So y'all just heard what she said in that interview with Cam Newton, and what this young lady was saying. Her son is into sports, and I think, like, I don't know the verse of the lyrics, but it was saying something about like what, where my scamming ass niggas at. And then I think it goes, once the music starts, she wants them, guys who do something. I don't know. Let me pull up the lyrics real quick. Okay, Spend It lyrics. Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't know Summer Walker had a song called Spend It. Okay. Not that one. What's her name? Young Miami. So we're going to go over the lyrics real quick. Okay, that's what it was on the first verse. I couldn't think of what it was. Hey, y'all. Yes, I'm back, y'all. So let me pull this up here real quick. Okay, so turn that off. Okay. So after she says, "Where are my scamming ass niggas at? Where they at? Spend that money fast. 20s, 50s, 100 cash." So nothing about saving it, once you scam it, throwing it into an IRA, letting it invest and grow. No, just, spend the money fast. No need to save for a rainy day. I must be too broke. I don't even know what a go-yard bag is. I never heard of it, but, props to y'all who got go-yard bags. Then she talks about, the boosting bitches. But what's funny is in this first part, she says, "I like a gangster ass nigga making more than 10 figures. I'm a down ass bitch riding with you in that splat. Only fuck with hitters. For his girl, he's a trickster. Calling up his trap phone, pussy nigga, where you at?" So again, this is the type of men that she likes and that she's perpetuating to young black girls to also like. But yet and still, her son is into sports and football and school. He's a great student, very articulate. So you see how it's just weird. It's just weird. And again, like I said, I'm not here to necessarily bash her because she's not the first to have low vibrational songs that we sung as kids at the top of our lungs. You couldn't tell us nothing, but I think that people need to just have a honest conversation about it. Is that music does influence. Music does have power. And if you don't want your child being influenced and thinking that boosting and stealing is okay, then, you got to make sure that your child is not listening to that song. Or even though it is everywhere, it's hard. You just got to have real honest conversations because you're not going to be able to hide stuff from your kids. I think for me, I never did that. Because I listen to all types of music, from gangster rap to, all types of stuff, to country. So, but for me, it's I always had a conversation with my boys. It's if Chief Keef is playing, that's that shit I don't like. You know what I mean? And that's coming up and we're listening to it. Okay, it's a song, but y'all understand there will be no gang banging in this house. Ain't nobody drilling, none of that shit. Work, school, sports. So you got to reiterate stuff, not just be mad and dismiss it and say that my child will never. Show them why they shouldn't be in a gang. Everybody got a uncle, a homeboy, somebody that they know has done time. You know what I'm saying? That you can be oh, let's go to the Minnesota Department of Corrections. I knew him back in high school. 30 years for a drive-by. So that, you got to keep it really, really honest with your kids. That, that you can choose several paths in life. Every path is your own to choose, but you can make one mistake. You can be with the wrong person at the wrong time, and it can change your whole trajectory. You need to understand who your friends are, what they're about, and the second they're not vibing with your spirit, you listen to that discernment, you cut them off. You don't owe nobody shit. At the end of the day, you have one life. So I think instead of just, somebody said Go-Yard looks like an old video game. Let me Google. I don't even know what a Go-Yard bag looks like. Let me go ahead and Google, child. I said, I must be just broke as fuck because I ain't never heard of a Go-Yard bag. It got to be, just fabulous. Oh, they got a website. Hold on. We're going to look at this together. Go-Yard Paris. They don't look like nothing. I thought they don't. Okay. Look like an old lady purse. How much are they? Let me see how much this one is. Oh, we got a contact. Ain't no price. Oh, yeah, that's how you know it's expensive. Ain't even no price attached. You got to call them for the price. Fuck out of here. You think I'm going to be out here boosting and then, spending money on a Go-Yard bag? No, ma'am. That's funny. I've never seen one. So, like I said. Yeah, it's so expensive. They had no damn price on the website. They said, send us an email, bitch, before we let you know anything. I know about Coach bags and, Michael Kors, Louis bags, I had never heard of that. I was like, okay, something else new. And again, I feel like even using that word Goyard bag, think about how many people, maybe some of y'all knew what the bag was and looked like. I've never heard of it. So now think about how many people are going to strive to go steal said Goyard bag, because now it's going to be seen as a status symbol. Now we could, because she didn't say, that Louis bag, that Chanel bag. We've heard of all them. So, again, the rabbit hole goes deep. How do we know that Goyard didn't, slip her some coins and say, put our bag in the lyrics so people can, you know what I mean? So our bags can get out there. Somebody said pocketbook. That's what them old grandmas say. Hey, my pocketbook. In the South, they call them pocketbooks. Yeah, I've always called it a purse. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's an interesting conversation. But I think that's where a lot of it comes down to, is that a lot of artists are frustrated because it's like the low vibrational, the simple songs, the songs without any thought. Those are the ones that go viral, get supported. They're on the Billboard. They win awards, BET Awards, Grammys, things like that. And people who we consider like true artists, they're kind of left in the shadows. And like I said, the industry right now they're really struggling. That's why all these artists are on tour. I mean, we got a tour list the other day in Minnesota. It was like Snoop Dogg was coming. He was performing at the casino. They got, TLC will be performing at the State Fair. Last year, Ja Rule performed at the State Fair. We used to never get no heavy hitters like that at the Minnesota State Fair. You might see, a C-list celebrity singing up there or somebody who does covers. But I'm like, we've been getting some major people at the State Fair. I said, the money's not moneying. And the set was wonderful. I bought tickets. I saw Ja Rule was there, Maya, the Yin Yang Twins. It was lit. But I'm like, yeah, the money ain't money because y'all are doing state fairs. It's that crazy right now. So I think everybody's fighting for a piece, and people just kind of feel away like Caresha doesn't really try, and she has a #1, and she's getting paid, and her song is everywhere. So I'm sure that bothers people because she's always said herself she doesn't consider herself a real artist or, a real rapper. That was always JT. JT was like the main artist in the group. Caresha doesn't write. I don't know who wrote this song. I don't know if Lil Yachty helped write the song or, I know he's written a few songs for City Girls. But, it's like, who knows? So, yeah, Yin Yang Twins, yeah, they have been performing at SeaWorld. That's how you know. Because even I've been, I'm trying to do an event in a few months. And, we've been calling around, getting price quotes on stuff. Oh, them price quotes are different. Because they know anybody about to give them no 20, 30,000. They're, I'll do it for about X, way cheaper than they used to. People making club appearances for $3,000. I'll come to the club for 3,000, because it's like everybody's struggling right now. The world that we in, the economy, everything that's going on. This war, food. So I think it's just getting to a lot of people. What about MC Hammer? Don't tell me MC Hammer's doing fairs. Don't tell me he's at he coming next. And he's another person. He don't get his props. I need to do a deep dive on MC Hammer. He don't get his props. Like he was really good and positive when he came out. Can't touch this. He had that pray song. You got to pray just to make it today. I had the whole MC Hammer album. Knew it from front to back. And he was such a good, positive artist. He had Taco Bell commercials. He had a cartoon. And people was hating on him. Ice Cube was hating on him hard. It was a lot of people just hating on him because he was getting all these commercial opportunities. And it's very funny then and he was trying to take care of everybody. You know, he's from Oakland. He took care of the whole hood. He would have like 100 dancers. He would give, you know, people he grew up with jobs for security, all types of stuff. And when he went broke trying to help everybody, it's like the whole industry abandoned him. And then he felt like, okay, I can't do this type of music no more. I got to change my style. Who remembers that video? Because we had to be in the 6th grade. Pumps in the Bump. And he came out in them Speedos with that hard peen. Imagine being 12 years old watching that. That's why I'm like, you know, yes, this Caresha song is ratchet, but we had way worse back then. Who remembers Pumps in the Bump? Oh my gosh. Like, I still have that. That lives in my head rent free. Because we was like, what's going on down there? Because we're like in 6th grade. Never seen a peen before. I'm like, why is it just hard? Like, what? Is he okay? Y'all remember that shit? And I'm like, is he okay? Just hard all through the video. And he was dancing on dancing. Pumps in the Bump. That's when he turned gangster. And then what's so crazy, he turned gangster, and then his core audience, the people who looked to him to pray and be a pastor and all that stuff, who really liked him, we had to fall back. I missed the "You Can't Touch This" in the typewriter dance. I don't know this man with this heart on. And I'm talking about, we were like in 6th grade when that video came out. And it was just like, yeah, no. Y'all are not watching this video. This is crazy. And then he became gangster. He was running with Tupac for a while. It was, yeah, Hammer has a story to tell. Don't sleep on Hammer. Like, he really was a pioneer. And then what was so crazy is the same people who talk shit about him, Ice Cube mainly and many more, then all of a sudden they started going commercial. You know, then Ice Cube started getting commercial deals and movies. But when MC Hammer did it, he was a sellout. Now all these rappers, you know, got pop deals, you know, McDonald's, fast foods. But MC Hammer was the first to, you know, to leverage that in hip hop. Because he'd be in the Taco Bell commercial, everything. So, yeah, that Pumps in the Bump video. What the fuck? I was like, what's wrong with him down there? I didn't know what was going on. So if he come up here to Minnesota, I sure would buy a ticket, because he had really good music back in the day. You know, he had good music, but that's just that video. He lost his core audience with that one. I was like, yeah, I don't know what this is. And then he just came out with like another gangster song, and you can't go from like preaching about God to just, and I think that's kind of what happened with Chloe a little bit. That's why people didn't really support her, because it's like, you know, your core fan base likes you. And I'm not saying you can't grow and elevate, but that's who supports you. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do a 180. We're not here for all that, because we have so many women already in the industry who barely put on clothes and who act overtly sexual. Your core audience liked you because you weren't that way. You were just beautifully sexy, naturally the way you were. And so when she started becoming over the top, she lost her core audience. They kind of just, you know, moved on. So however you come in, like I always tell people, I don't care if it's social media, if it's the industry, however you come into people's ether is how they want you. That's how they'll remember you. So when artists start switching stuff up, it makes people uncomfortable. It's, you know, for a lot of people, it's weird. And I would say, especially for Black artists. Sometimes white artists, they get all types of grace. They can, you know, well, I can't call him Swole Jelly Roll because he done lost all that damn weight. But, you know, Jelly Roll can go from being a gangster rapper and doing country, you know, Post Malone. But we don't get that same benefit. So when, you know, Hammer went from just making real positive music to being a gangster and, you know, having that heart on, we left. We didn't know what the fuck was going on with Hammer. But, you know, he definitely paved the way for a lot of people in the industry, especially when it comes to, like, being able to monetize themselves in hip hop. So he's definitely a legend. Yeah, when trying to rebrand goes wrong. No, we're not going to do that. Mashayu says, he was soft. He's just blessed with a large hammer. I don't know. Like I said, I was only 11 or 12, so I didn't know what soft or hard was. Okay? So for me as a kid watching that, I didn't know what was wrong with him. So what is that? Like it was, hey. To me, it looked like he had a heart on. But maybe he's just blessed. I don't know. But if we're 11, is that something that should be playing on MTV and BET? That's what I'm saying. Like there was so much stuff that was just played for us, you know, that lives in our head rent free. So if he was soft, well, damn, shit. What you look like when you... Let me stop. Never mind. We're going to get off hammer. Sledgehammer. So let me go ahead and read these super chats here. I appreciate y'all coming through. This has been a wonderful stream. I know it's just random, out the blue. You know, I'm still trying to work my way back and everything. Let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of super chats. Hold on. Let me keep scrolling. Oh, y'all showed a lot of love today. I appreciate y'all. Okay. There we go. Wake up, stop sleeping. Says, don't call it a comeback. Been here for years. Hey, T, welcome back. May God continue to heal you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thank you for the support. Queen Shani sent $4.99 says, welcome back, T. I was struggling without you. Girl, you've been missed. Praying for continued recovery and blessing. That's one thing I heard a lot from people, like, we miss your commentary, just you being funny. And I try to watch a lot of the new folks that are doing commentary, like, oh, okay, well, I'm not doing it. Let's see what's out here. I'm like, I don't know if everybody's reading from the same Chat GPT script when they do their videos. It's like everybody is just acting the same. Like they're scared to give an opinion. They're just reading off of something. It's, hello, welcome to my channel. They do that same little weird move. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, But there was a few that I found, you know, a few channels I found that I thought that were interesting. But I mainly just been watching a lot of documentaries, keeping up with the news, you know. I guess Adam Mockler got a girlfriend now, so, you know, I've been keeping up with them. But, yeah, everybody's been telling me, like, you were definitely missed. And, yeah, it's like, I watch these videos, you know, trying to get information. It's half-truths. You know, folks are not telling the full information on just really important cases. It's just been weird. It's been weird. So, you know, I'm glad to be back, child. Let's see here. Quaderia Hashir, sorry if I mispronounced your name. They said, glad you're doing better. I missed you. Thank you so much. Shy B7847 sent $100. You get the gavel. Thank you so much for the large super chat. I really appreciate you. Shy B says, hey T, it's great seeing you again on YouTube. Shout out to the Discord. Yes, definitely shout out to the Discord. Y'all definitely held me down while I was going through it. Y'all really did. So thank you so much, Shy B. I appreciate you. Be Highly Opinionated says, hey T, I've been praying for you. It's so good to see your face and hear your voice. I missed you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. I'm glad to be back. Water Lily says, T, you look amazing. Thank you. Because we child. It's been a rough road. It's been a lot, you know, and it's just like trying to, part of healing is getting over that mental block. And, you know, there were times I would walk past the mirror and I would just break down and cry because I didn't even recognize myself physically. So it's like I'm starting to like heal and look back like my normal self. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. It's me, Yazel sent $9.99, says, truly miss you, T. I'm grateful to God you are here with us today. I am 3 months PP, and I kept doing was coming back to the channel to check. Troy's kept me entertained, but it's 2 different lanes. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's been on his travel kick. He told me we were texting back and forth the other day. He was in Brazil. I said, oh, Last time I talked when we was in the hospital, he was in Morocco. He be everywhere. But I love that for him. Somebody in the chat said heavy ranch dressing. I have so many like little tea-isms that's just so funny. It's like it's things that I say on this channel that only other tea sippers would know. Like if you're like around people who don't come to the stream and you're like heavy ranch dressing, they're like, okay. But if you're around another tea people like heavy ranch dressing, we'll just all break out laughing. You know, so it's just like little things like that just crack me up. So somebody just wrote that in the chat. I talked about that like a year ago down south. I thought heavy was the brand. It was like, no, heavy means a lot of dressing. Zal Roy sent $2. Thank you so much. He says, you're amazing. I appreciate that. Brittany says, I miss you, Auntie. I'm watching you from work. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Okay, I read that one. Ooh, okay. Jesse Sam5 says, I missed you, T. I'm glad you're back. And many healthy blessings to you. Thank you so much, Jesse. I appreciate you. Abina Tuesday says, hey, Auntie, I'm glad to see you again. Really missed you. I hope you're doing better. I had to end my membership because I'm not working, but I'll be back. No problem. I appreciate you supporting me all these months, so thank you. Trust me, I get it. I know it is hard out here. People are going through it, so I get it. That's why I said I would never raise my membership prices. It's always going to just be at $5, you know, just for the fact, I'm not going to be like the other influencers, and it's $100 to get in my Discord every month. It's like, okay, good luck keeping them people. Lava Pop. He says, oh my God, welcome back. I missed you. Well wishes and continued healing. Thank you so much, Lava Pop. I appreciate you so much. So thank you for that. Good seeing you in here. Camille says, I'm glad you're doing better. Thank you, Camille. Alana says, I'm grateful for you, T. Thank you so much. Forever Your Leo. What's up, girl? Our season is right around the corner. Right now, it's the cancers. You know, shout out to all the cancers. Okay. But y'all will be out of the pride line soon. Kicking them out the proud land. So shout out to all the cancers out there. Hope y'all have a happy birthday. So Forever Your Leo says, CNT as always, I missed your face in these YouTube streets. You look great as always from one Leo to another. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Lonnie says, welcome back, Queen. Been praying for your health. Thank you so much, Lonnie. I appreciate you. Paschuna Alexander. Sorry if I mispronounced that. They sent $1.99. They said, I'm a new member. I missed you. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining the membership as well. Cal's Transport World says, hey, T, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm hanging in there for sure. So thank you. Rat Bomb sent $9.99. No, $23.99 from the UK. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Toya Moore gifted 10 Lovely Tea gift memberships. So if you were gifted a membership, definitely give her a shout in the chat. So thank you, Toya, for gifting the membership, sis. I appreciate you. Sean So Amazing says, hey, I'm happy you're okay and on the mend. I truly missed you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Miss Diva says, take your time. I appreciate you, Miss Diva. Yeah, it was fine. We got a lot of male tea sippers that be undercover because a lot of the guys were low-key asking their girlfriends and their wives is tea okay? What's going on with tea? So I'm all the closeted male tea sippers. Shout out to y'all. My husband told me to email you because we're trying to figure out, are you going to be okay? It was oh, wow, okay. So a lot of male tea sippers out there. I definitely appreciate y'all. Sit them. I don't even know. Y'all got such long usernames. But it's something Sit Them Bio or something like that. Says, it's good to see you again. Sending love from the UK. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I know Senfai says, of course, the grandpappy of negativity has some mess to say about India Arie. I can't stand Tricks hating behind. Yeah, he was kind of disrespectful, you know. And the thing is, again, it's the internet. So why is it that as soon as it's a celebrity that has an opinion that people don't like, they're not entitled to their opinion? Especially when Trick is doing the same thing, he's giving his opinion, you know? You like the song, cool. If you don't like it, cool. But everybody who doesn't like it, it doesn't mean that they're hating or they're jealous. It just means like it's not their cup of tea. So, Joshua 94 cent 49.99. Thank you so much for the big super chat. I appreciate you. Says, I love you, T. I hope you're healing well. I am as best as I can. So thank you so much, Joshua. Appreciate you. Blacks Girl sent $19.99. Thank you. Nash sent $2. Says she's 32, ain't over 30. Hit the wall. They young now. Oh, you talking about Young Miami? Oh, I didn't know she was 32. Hold on. The way Trick was talking, he was talking like she just turned 21. I don't know her age. Let me see. Young Miami. Oh, she is 32. What the fuck is Trick talking about? Y'all look at this shit. Hold on. She is 32 years old. Trick was out there talking like she's a brand new teenager and, oh, y'all are just hating on that little girl. Okay. But yeah, he's the same one who says anybody over the age of 30 has hit the wall. He won't talk to a female over the age of 30. But now he's, caping for Young Miami. But, it's a Florida thing. So that's why he's trying to do that. Let's see here. Raven Montgomery says, hey, T, this is my first super chat. I'm glad to see you're doing better. I love you. You truly been missed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for the super stickers. I'm seeing them as well. What you doing over there? Set 10 says, welcome back, T. Currently in the hospital for preterm labor. I was feeling really down, but seeing you on my screen has made my day. Well, good luck with the baby. I hope everything works out. You know what I'm saying? I hope the labor continues as smooth as it can be. But thank you so much for just stopping through and coming to the chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, definitely. 30 is still young. 32, 30, like anything in the 30s is still young. But a lot of these red pill guys act like once you hit 30, somehow you should just be discarded. It's very strange because that's never the case for them. And Trick is one of them people. And Trick, matter of fact, how old is Trick Daddy? Because D-Light called him a grandfather. This is Trick Daddy's age. Now I see why D-1 said that. So he's 51. But same people who hit 30 are over the wall. Or hit the wall. Okay, sir. Would it be fair to say that people who are in their 50s have hit the wall and shoot dust? Like, that's so ignorant. The way he was screaming in that video about people being over the age of 30, I thought he was at least maybe 40. I didn't even know he was in his 50s. Child, okay. Let me stop. Let's see here. AA Virgo says, I didn't get a notification. We missed you in these YouTube streets. You're looking well. Sending love from the UK. Shout out to all my UK people in the house. Thank y'all for coming through. Let's see here. Joe's 222 said $9.99 says, T, I missed you. Thank you so much. Hope Andrea sent $19.99 says, thanks for being you. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate you. Sequoia Freeman says, I think people forgot they're feeding a female Diddy. Literally showed y'all how messed up she is and they're still supporting. Yeah. And I think that's the part that's so crazy is that, a year ago, people were like mad at her. she wasn't shit. She wasn't speaking up against Diddy. She had no sympathy for Cassie. So it's very interesting how the internet just switches up in less than a year. Because last year she could barely show her face. And now she has the #1 song in the country. Well, I don't know, per what people are saying on the internet, because I haven't checked the billboards. But they're saying it's the song of the summer. So I don't know if it's #1 or not, but it's the summer anthem, which is real interesting. Dexter Davis, what's up, Dexter? He says, as a Floridian, this song embarrasses me. Yeah, the song is a trip. Ratchet culture used to have its place. Now it's the face of the community. Exactly. Like, there was always ratchet songs back then. I remember that song, and I remember we were singing it in the break room at work. So we were probably like 18, 19. That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. TJ, that's just my baby daddy, right? So that song came out years ago. And I remember, the older folks saying that that's ratchet, that's not, don't say baby daddy, that's ghetto, it's your child's father. And we thought it was just cute to be like baby daddy. And then that just became part of like the lexicon. My baby daddy, my baby mama. So much so that you have grown folks who live together who may not be married and they're calling each other baby mama, baby daddy. So you're definitely right about that. Like, there was like a time for like ratchet videos and ratchet music, usually BET After Dark. And now that is the music. That's just played during the day, So, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, T-Bird, that was his name. T-Bird. Yeah, it's an old ATL song. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see here. THK sent $20, said you are amazing. Thank you. Amachi sent 20 as well. Thank you so much. Said you're amazing. Miss Beautiful Breeze says, my baby is back. I'm now in my 20s, but you're a big part of my life. It hasn't been the same without you. I'm happy you started feeling better. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Alex says, now they're going to be following us in the store. They've been doing that. Now this is going to give them even more of a reason to follow us. I agree. Because they've been doing that. I guess I didn't realize that people was like boosting and stealing like that even now in 2026. Because it's like there's cameras everywhere. At least back in the day, there weren't cameras everywhere. So you could grab some shit and run out the store. Wasn't no cameras, So it's just like, it's very weird now. Because even when we were watching that mother and daughter, they had them entering the store, leaving the store. They had pictures of them on the street. So it's like everywhere you're being surveilled. So it's very crazy that people are still out here being bold like that. Because there's cameras everywhere now. Somebody said better than selling drugs. I don't know if it's necessarily better or not better. Somebody in the chat said that. Yeah, selling drugs, like, that's a detriment to the community too. But we can walk and chew gum. We can condemn selling drugs, and you can also condemn boosting and stealing and scamming. A lot of that, especially with the scamming stuff, it's become so normalized even on social media. Look how many of these damn gurus are now going to jail, getting time, Even like they call her Scammy Wellington now, Stormy, the MLM schemes, the courses, Greg Cardone, Ty Lopez, all these people who spent years building their brand, building this facade of luxury. Well, now they were making money off of was the courses. Andrew Tate, that whatever man club he had, he was charging thousands of dollars for people to join, and it was a bunch of like Chat GPT messages, and it wasn't what people paid for. So I think people can condemn both. We can say like, yeah, it's not good to sell drugs, but also scamming and boosting, they have their consequences. Because I think Ty Lopez, unless he bailed himself out, is in jail if I'm not mistaken, or got charged. Maybe he's still out, child. But yeah, a lot of their money came from selling courses and selling books and things like that, scamming people. There's somebody out here now on YouTube selling books to teach people how to be YouTubers. Somebody paid $100 for the course, and it's literally a 3-page book. Like, what the hell? What the hell, Leon? Like, how are you selling a 3-page book for $100? Like, that's, you know? So, yeah, you know, all that stuff has consequences. Because it's funny and it's okay when it's not you. But, you know, if you get scammed and your money gets gone, it really affects you. Like right now, the Yada people, I don't know if y'all remember Yada, the banking app. And I remember downloading it, but something in my spirit said, don't put your money in this shit. This shit looks suspect. So I put $1 in there. It was like this whole thing where you get this high interest rate. But I'm like, I talked to my CPA, my financial advisor. They're like, yeah, the app, I don't know about that. Because it was saying it was FDC insured. People put thousands of dollars into the Yada app. It was supposed to be an app, like a banking app, almost like a Chime. And so people put in $10,000, $50,000. The largest amount that I saw that somebody put in was $100,000. And this app was really popular in 2020. All the YouTubers, download Yada. All the influencers were promoting this, right? So a lot of regular people went and downloaded the app. They put their money in the app. They believed what these influencers were saying. Fast forward 3 years later, all of a sudden the app was like graying out, like slowly fading out. And people, you know, hit the app like, okay, let me re-download it. And when they went to go back into it, they couldn't get into the app. These people literally walked away with billions of dollars. And because it's considered a technical app and not a real bank, the government is doing nothing about it. So all these folks lost their money. So scamming has consequences. So the Yada people, the people behind that, they just walked away with billions. Went straight to Silicon Valley. So there's like a whole documentary on it. And I remember people downloading that app like crazy. Like I said, I downloaded it too. I put in $1. That's all I put in. Cause I'm like, let me see if this works. Let me see what type of interest I get back on this dollar. I don't think I got back anything. So I was like, well. And you can't just believe something that says that it's federally insured. It may be federally insured, but is it really? Is it really a bank or is it an app? That's what people don't know about the fine print. So, yeah, people can get scammed a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways. And those same influencers who sat up there pushing that app and getting all their subscribers to join the app because they were getting money out the deal, they were getting sponsorships, they're all quiet. I haven't seen one influencer who was promoting that app in 2020, 2021 say anything. And the regular man and woman who put their money into that app, they're out of all their money. And the government said, we're not bailing them out because it's regular people. But when that happened to the SVB bank, the Silicon Valley bank, when all those rich folks were about to lose their money, oh, they came with a bailout. But not the poor folks or the regular people. So, yeah. I ain't forgot. I remember I drug SVB in my videos around that time. Went in on their ass. Let me see here. Your chick geek. Thank you so much. He sent $10. Says welcome back, T. Quality WAP sent a super sticker. Says super effective. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cook the Indigo sent 20, says, hey, my favorite's back. Like cook crack. You were deeply missed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Ronaful says we had Uchi Wale Wale, Uchi Bang Bang, and we had Uchi Coochie by MC Brains in the 90s. I was a mere lass and I knew the lyrics at 5. Uchi Coochie, la la la. Why do I still remember? Yeah, you're right. That came out when we was in elementary school. And imagine I can just recite that. And I haven't heard that song in years. And that's how I say, Oochie coochie, la la la. I am the brains and I'm about to pa. Something like that. Yeah. The old the millennials, y'all remember that song? Oochie coochie, la la la. I know the Gen Z people like, what? Like, what the fuck y'all talking about? It was a song back then. It was MC Brains. Yes, MC Brains was fine. And it used to come on after school. Later on down the line, we got Ucha Wally Wally. That was Nas and his little group. And that kind of made Nas look bad. Like, what the fuck is you doing on this song? You know what I mean? Oochie Wally Wally, Oocha Bang Bang, Oochie Wally Wally. I really like a chair. You really, really, really tried to hurt me. Yeah, both of them songs. So, like I said, we can't be mad at Caresha solely because this has been happening, in the industry. So, okay, so y'all remember that song? Yeah, Ucha Wally Wally, that was the jam back. What was that? Because I think that came out like in 2000. I remember that was the song of the summer in like 2000, 2001. I remember everybody was banging Ucha Wally Wally. Little young thing going, what did he say? Little young thing, suck my dick with your tongue ring. And back then, everybody was in the piercings. So, and I had my tongue pierced. I remember when I first came on YouTube, I had a tongue piercing. I had my tongue pierced for years. I've since taken it out because I'm old now. I don't need no damn tongue piercing. And that was like, I can't tell you how many guys would say that to me. When I start talking, they see that little silver ball, they'd be like, little young thing, go ahead and put your tongue ring on my dick. I'm like, what the hell? They would all repeat that verse. I forgot how it went, but it was in the Ucha Wally Wally song. I'm talking about old guys too, like, little young thing, go ahead with your tongue ring. Oh my gosh, I miss back in there. We used to just have fun. We just used to be walking around, having fun, running into people. Let me see if I can find that lyric. Oochie Wally Wally, Oocha Bang Bang. Yep, it came out in the 2000s. It sure did. And Nas was on the remix. But it was like a line in there, unless y'all know it. It was a line. Y'all remember that, right? That line about the tongue ring? And remember, everybody in the 2000s, a lot of us had piercings. Like, tongue piercings was, the thing back then. I got my tongue pierced like senior year in high school. So I've had it for, I had it for a minute, way before the damn song ever came out. But when that song came out, you couldn't tell them nothing. Okay, Bravehearts. That was their name, the Bravehearts. Let me see if I can find it. We got chicks in the living room getting it on. I'm trying, where is it at? I think it was the second verse. Oh, this song is so disgusting. How my long peen stretches your insides. And we was just rapping to this as young people. That was a song of the summer. Here it is. Little young thing. Yep, look, I knew, like I said, I haven't heard this song in years. I'm going to show y'all the lyrics. I've not heard this song in years. I found it. Right here. Little young thing, go around my dick with your tongue ring. Deep throat my 9-inch. Gut from the front end. Grind from the side and fuck from behind end. Grab her hair, slap her ass and screaming like she dying. Why do I still know that song? Okay, so again, we got to be honest, grown folks. Those are the lyrics to the songs that we sang back in the day. I couldn't think of it right off the bat, but as soon as I started rapping it, it just came back. Y'all see how that just came back naturally? You miss your tongue ring, la la. She said, I miss my tongue ring. That is so funny. Yeah, that was back in the day. Somebody said, I'm clutching my pearls. Yes. And we had some songs back then. I'm telling you, it was crazy. You hear that song now, you be like, what the hell? But I never forget that verse because that was every dude you ran across that summer was like, little young thing, go around my dick with your tongue ring. It's like, shut up. You're 45. my goodness. That was the summer, though. So everybody, I don't see tongue piercings no more. So everybody took their tongue ring out. What a time to be alive. I'm talking about every other girl had their tongue pierced. And we switch it up. We put dice. I had the little hoop. They called it the slave ring, where it had like the little, like a sex slave ring. Not slavery, but sex slave ring with that little hoop on there. Diamonds. I had neon ones. So when you go to the club and you talk and the black light hits your mouth would glow. I had all, like, I'm talking about everything. Like, I changed tongue rings to match my outfit. Like, I'm wearing orange right now. I put in an orange tongue ring. If I'm wearing red, have my red dice. I had a whole cup of tongue rings. Switch it up. But, once you get older, it's just like, do I want to be at my big age with a tongue ring still? So, let it close up. Yeah. I had it for years. I had my tongue ring for, now I think I finally hit the amount of years that I haven't had my tongue ring, because I took my tongue ring out. When did I take it out? It had to be like when I moved back to Minnesota. So like 2010, 2011-ish, or 2011-ish, 2012 is when I took it out. And I had my tongue pierced since like 98. So that's how long. Like my kids, I remember when my babies were little, my son came home. He was like, the teacher doesn't have a tongue ring in her mouth, because they thought it was just normal, because I've always had a tongue ring and, switch it up. So for them, that was always normal. And then it took them a while to realize that, not everybody has their tongue pierced. But because it was my house, it was normal. They're like, how come I don't, the teacher doesn't have a tongue ring? I was like, yeah, she's, 65. She shouldn't have a tongue ring. But yeah. You had yours pierced twice. And then remember when you get it pierced, everybody talk like this. I just got my tongue pierced, so I can't talk right now. I got to gargle with salt water. That's how everybody talked when they got there. Because you couldn't use your tongue for like the first 2 weeks. It was just really hard to talk. You could only swallow ice cubes. The things we did in the 90s, child. And then my bestie, she had her eyebrow pierced. Then I had a friend who had her nose. Back then, you could, if your nose was big enough, do a double nose piercing. Like, piercings was big in the 90s and 2000s. I don't really see piercings on y'all now. Y'all got all them weird tattoos. So I be telling my son, I say, y'all's tattoos are like, they're just boring. I'm like, all y'all got these, it looks like somebody wrote on y'all with a pencil. I'm like, why do y'all get tattoos like that? And they be like, just because your generation had them old thick tattoos with them bright colors, ain't nobody over here a sailor. I'm like, damn, just read me for the filth. Because I was going in on him and his girl's tattoos one day, and I was just like, they just look like a bunch of scribble scrabble, like just writing. There's no flow to it. Just, oh, love and, pretty or beautiful. Like, the tattoos nowadays are very different. They got the going in on my tattoos. So I think a lot of y'all are just into tattoos from what I see. I don't see a lot. Val says she got her hold on. She got her lip pierced. I remember lip piercings. I had this too. Senior year. Took it out. I remember that. The lip piercings. And we used to, now I did go to the shop to get my tongue pierced, but we used to do a lot of our own piercings. I pierced my belly button myself. You would go, because we ain't nobody had no money paying over $100 for somebody to pierce it. Again, the hookup. Live in the hood, the hookup. Put some ice on your belly button. Have somebody pull it out. Your homegirl just pierce each other's belly buttons. Ears, everything. Like this ear is pierced 5 times. So I have like 2 up here and then 3 in a row. And then this is pierced like 6 times. I only just wear the bottom. I don't do all the ear things anymore. Yeah, we just used to be hooking ourselves up, child. Well, I'm glad to see all my piercing brothers and sisters in the chat from, the 99s and the 2000s, honey. What a time to be alive. Yeah, we used to do some of our own piercings. Nose piercing. We didn't go to nobody's shop. When you would pierce your nose, disinfect it, burn the thing with a lighter, get it hot, and then stick it in your nose. hood piercings. It might have been unsanitary, but we did that. We were kids. Mm-hmm. Because it was so much to go to the shop. Who the fuck got $100 to go get your nose pierced or your belly button pierced? We doing it ourselves. Again, we were kids. I'm still here. It's okay. I'm not telling y'all to do it. I'm just telling you how it was when we were growing up. Because you could buy the needles. Like you could buy there was a shop in downtown St. Paul. You could go down there and buy a needle for $10. So it's cheaper to buy a needle for $10 and then pierce it yourself. Instead of going to the shop. And you didn't share it. You would buy your own. So it wasn't, no, I'm not about to, here, now you use the needle. No, you'd buy your own needle and then you'd either do it yourself or have your friend do it with your own needle. You wouldn't share needles. There was HIV back then. We're not playing them games. So yeah, we didn't share the needles. Yeah, piercings are not cheap. Especially back then when it first came out and it was real popular. Oh, tattoo shops used to make all types of money. A lot of them are closing down now because they said not as many people are getting piercings and people can't afford to spend money on tattoos right now. So I know a few shops that have been shutting down. Oh, yeah, and then the Chinese, they used to pierce belly buttons. At 7 Mile, we had this beauty supply store. Back in the day, you could go to the beauty supply store and the Chinese people would pierce your belly button and use a regular earring. Who remembers that? Because I know it wasn't just a Minnesota thing. You could also go to the beauty supply store. They would pierce your belly button for like $15, $20. But after a while, for some people, it would fall out because it was an earring. It wasn't like a real, belly ring. Yeah, they used to use an ear gun and pierce your belly button with an ear gun. The things we did in the 90s and 2000s, child, just shake my head. I'm just grateful to still be here to tell our stories. But y'all, I have been on here for 2 hours. It is 6:30. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. I'm going to read a few more of these super chats, but I got to get ready to wind down, y'all. It's been long and I got to rest my voice. And so I can only be on here for so long. I didn't think I was going to make it 2 hours, but I did. So I'm very grateful. Let's see here. Ugazi. I don't know why I cannot read nobody's names. But they said, T, you're a legend in these YouTube streets. I'm glad you're back. I've always wished you the best on your recovery, and I hope to see new vids. Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sweetness sent a $50 super chat for the big super chat. Thank you so much. She says, I'm glad you're back, T. I appreciate you. Thank you. Who knows? Set $9.99. Thank you so much. Audrey says, grateful you are feeling good enough to do a live. Thank you, Audrey. E. Will send $50. Big super chat. Says, we missed you in these YouTube streets. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I definitely missed y'all as well. Let's see. We got another one. Pink Butterfly sent $50. Thank you, Pink Butterfly. She says, am I missing something? Is this not the same woman who was earning $250 a month as a sugar baby and has no reason to be scamming and stealing and encouraging other people to do it? Good to have you back, T. Missed you. I agree. But I don't believe half that stuff them folks be saying. They just be talking, Ain't nobody giving her no damn $250 a month. $250,000. I don't believe that. Maybe $10,000, but $250,000, I don't believe it. It's like they over exaggerate, just like some of these OnlyFans girls. Now there's some of them that get a bag. Like the Bop House girls, they get money. But a lot of people who don't have a following, they hype it up like, yeah, you can make all this money and da-da-da-da. So that way they can get you on there underneath their little membership, their pyramid scheme. So I don't believe that she was ever getting $250 grand a month. I refuse to believe that. But I get what you're saying, though. If you're claiming to be making that much, then why are you encouraging people to boost and steal? So I definitely get that. Yeah, maybe $25K, but she said it herself that she was getting $250,000. I refuse to believe that. That's a whole house. That's a whole, you can do a lot with 250,000. I could see if that was for the year, but per month, come on, Diddy don't got money like that to be tricking off no $250,000 a month with all the debt and stuff that he's incurring. Nah. Let's see here. Wavy Tay. Big super chat, $49.99. Thank you so much, Wavy. He says, hey, Auntie, your favorite soldier checking in. I'm glad to see you're okay. Also, you have been seeing how folks from all over the world are in complete shock of how America looks while they're here for the World Cup. Some are sad they have to leave. Yeah, I thank you so much, and I'm glad you're doing okay as well, because I know you've been overseas and getting shipped around. I liked those TikTok videos. You know, I think like any situation, a lot of the world has a certain perception of Americans, just like we do about other countries. But like, it made me want to feel like, well, damn, do I need to go visit the UK? Because what do y'all grocery stores look like? The amazement and shock, like I forgot what country, they all, the Australians, they all went into Walmart to celebrate. A lot of them were like very shocked at how big our grocery stores were. They all were going to Walmart. They loved the Alpha Waffle House. And I'm like, is there no taste in the food? Like, I was very surprised. Like, I learned a lot watching them videos. Just people actually eating stuff with flavor. Because they said that in the UK, people eat beans and toast. I'm like, what the hell is beans and toast? And then I seen a video, they actually put like, it's not even baked beans, like Bush's baked beans. It's just some beans and they put it on toast. I said, well, no wonder why they like the Alpha Waffle House. Now, the Waffle House is good. I'm not going to front, but we call it the Alpha Waffle House because back in the day, they used to be allowed to smoke while cooking. And they be just cooking your food and their ashes be falling in your food. They be talking to you. So that's why we called it the Alpha Waffle House. Like, damn, you about to give me fucking, cigarette germs and shit like that. They're not allowed to no more. But back in the day, they used to cook. And they would talk to you with a cigarette, blow smoke in your face and shit. But the food was good. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, yeah, like in Europe, they have a lot of ingredients that are banned in their foods. Their foods are more natural and more healthy. But there was people like taking back Lucky Charms cereal and all types of stuff. It was cool watching them videos. Like, it made me very curious about their countries and, what their countries are like. But I'm glad that I think it also let them know, like, there's a lot of propaganda that's also being pushed about America. We love people, like, for the most part. You show us respect, we'll give you respect. So I love how when they would go to, like, small hole in the walls and, like, like the black waiter or waitress would just, make people feel right at home and stuff like that. So it was dope watching that. It was dope. Y'all remember that back in the day they could smoke in the Waffle House? They don't do it no more, but back then they did. So when I was pregnant with my youngest, I was like, yeah, no Alpha Waffle House. I'm not going to be in there breathing in smoke and they, got ashes flying all over the waffles and shit. Ugh. So I didn't eat at the Waffle House for years. I just recently, I would say within the last 2 years, have eaten at a Waffle House. I went a long time without eating at them because I thought they were still in there smoking and shit. And then I was telling somebody about it. They're like, nah, they're not allowed to smoke in there no more. They banned that. I was like, well, when did this happen? She was like, a few years ago. I said, oh, shit. Well, I guess we can go. Because I was like, I'm not going to no Waffle House. They're going to be blowing smoke in my face. But they don't no more, which is good. Yeah, they were smuggling heavy ranch dressing. Thank you, Lucy1111, for the $19.99. Yeah, they were taking ranch dressing back with them. It was crazy. They were taking a lot of stuff back with them. And I'm like, y'all don't have ranch dressing in Italy? So. But yeah, it was funny watching the videos. They loved a lot of the American food. They really did. So thank you, Wavy Tay. I appreciate you. Daughters Who Roam says, Tiva missed you. Welcome back. Prayers up. Continued healing. Thank you so much. AJ says, welcome back, lovely T. I'm glad you're feeling better. You're a YouTube legend and royalty. We missed you. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Keisha sent 1999. She says, "Hey T, welcome back. This tea is piping hot. It sure is." So on that note, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and head back and go lay down. Lady Kiss, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Like I said, I'm still getting back in the swing of everything. So, and then I got to just kind of tweak some stuff with my, with the person who designed the layout. So I think when I come back, it'll be even smoother. So I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Everybody have a good night.
It's the Lovely Tea TV Show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovely Tea TV Show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.